everybody. This is Dan and Christina with Pure Team, and today we want to talk to you, specifically we're talking to the sellers, and really what I want to urge you to do is, as a professional coming from me to you, is to start getting very, very realistic. And I want to speak to the sellers with equity today, right? Because there's still some of those out there. We got some standard sales going on.
Absolutely.
So the market isn't totally in disarray. We still have people that have equity in their home, preserve that equity, and didn't use it as, anything other than their home loan during these times, or buy at the peak or anything like that. So we want to give you some kind of tips on how to handle being an equity seller at this point in time, because it's got to be a good position to be in, right?
It's a great position to be in, and there may be things going on in your life that say you have to sell a home, and you may need to sell in the next few months, you may need to sell in a year or 2 years, but things change. And so when you have equity in your house right now and you're amongst the sea of what our real estate market is doing, it's really important that you protect your equity, that you protect it as intensely as you can so that you can really maximize what you get out of it.
Absolutely. If you are looking to sell within the next 3 years, it's important for you to know what's coming on around you. What are the actual inventory statistics of what's coming on? A lot of people focus on distressed inventory as just, and when I refer to inventory, it's houses.
Correct.
But they focus on this as that it's only bank-owned inventory. And so they read in the paper that the banks aren't releasing, that they're not doing that. The banks don't have 100% of the say in which sellers decide to privately release their inventory for short sale prior to the bank even taking hold of it. So again, you have a tug and pull between the banks and the sellers, right, Christina?
Absolutely. And right now there's lots of articles like this one that's out today that there's a push to halt foreclosures and there's going to be more changes, and it is what it is. That we in California are affected a little differently, so you need to make sure you call us and ask us why. But most importantly, when you have equity in your home, you need to be working with someone who understands both markets, the distress market and the equity market. Because too many times we look at an equity market and the rules are a little different at times than they were in a distress market. You've got to be looking at both right now. It is imperative. One of the things we do with our consumers, especially with our consumers that we're trying to protect their equity and help them maximize their sale at the most amount possible, is really two things. One, it's about how we position and market you, because we have to go after a different consumer than we would normally do on a short sale. So make sure you understand the difference there. The most important part is to understand things like this. This is kind of what in the industry has been called shadow inventory, or inventory that you aren't really kind of aware of yet. In a 2.5 mile radius from the heart of Temecula, which is the primary city we work in, there right now are over 664 properties that would be considered distressed properties that could affect an equity sale. And of those, 153 are not even on or remotely close to being on the market, and we have no idea if they will be a short sale, a foreclosure, or the modification will go through. And that really is a big number when you talk about a 2.5 mile radius, that 153 aren't even affecting you, while the remaining 500 are affecting equity. So it's really important you understand that, and we want to show you how to protect it, how to preserve it, how to market correctly to get the best amount you can for your house at this point in our market.
Absolutely. So when you're looking overall at an equity sale position, it's important that you understand that, in the days where the sellers could name a price and sell the house, it's a lot different at this point in time. A real estate professional, like both me and Christina, are going to point to you the ins and outs of effective pricing, and we're going to make sure that you sell your home so that it's still in a positive equity position. If you're really narrowly close, or if you have quite a bit of equity in your home, we can help position you to actually be able to sell that home with as little effort possible, and positioning for 2 years down the road, or a year down the road, or whenever it is that you want to buy again, even if it's immediately, to win on the buy side of your deal.
Absolutely.
So it's very important for you to focus on how much do you really need to make the whole thing worthwhile for you. And so we have several other tips like these as to why an equity seller needs to look out for certain things, and we have those things written down. For more information on that, contact us at the information at the end of this message on the credits. And again, this is Dan and Christina with Pure Team. All the best to you and your family.
All the best.